Oh, it's on me.
What is
Yeah,
this?
but-
Sorry,
Your
wait, yeah, it
podcast.
is on me. It is on me. Welcome back to the Bash Show, hosted by me, Ryan. Joining me.
Not the giggle.
No, this is gonna get cut. Let's redo that one more time. No, this is the Bash Show. Joining me as per is Matt.
Hello.
Robot.
Robot.
Can we just use your real name, please?
No, it's funnier.
Fine.
You know, be mysterious characters.
Well,
You just said his
you
fucking
said his name.
What's
So
his
Robot
name?
will be a
What's
mysterious
his name?
Sea Dog.
The Sea Dog. Sea Dog and I.
There's gonna be so much editing. You've no idea.
It's alright, you don't know who like anyway.
Yeah, no, that facts. But yeah, you can introduce yourself.
Nah.
No,
Is it Becky or Bexy? What are you going with?
I think Becky.
I think we've said both enough that I don't want to edit out either or. So
Yeah, we'll just go with both, but definitely I think my podcast alias can be Becky.
Becky.
sick.
Love
And
that.
then my corporate alias is Rebecca. So
Rebecca.
like in a work environment, I'm
Oh.
Rebecca.
So you're gonna
Your
keep
personality.
that's so you're gonna happy have your name out on the show. You're fuck it. you won't say anything
It's a
bad.
pretty common name.
Yeah.
I'm just here to fact check. You know, I'm the good guy, really.
Sea Dog and I can't get away with common names.
No.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
We're exposed.
See, I'm out here and I can say what I like.
Yeah, there's too many Mats in the world.
There'll be too many Mats on this podcast.
There's about to be too many. I'm so excited for the shamans to enter the druid circle on this show.
Wow.
Are they even going to... I thought you were going out in Bristol.
I need to clarify the details, but
Doesn't
I
matter.
will.
I
I will
don't
do
care.
my best.
I would
Relocate
come
me.
to them, build it, and they will come. I will
Special episode in Bristol Hotel.
Sick.
Yeah. What are
No,
you
we will arrange the details.
Unpopular opinion, Bristol is a terrible place for a night out anyway.
Bristol's sick.
When's
The
when is the last time you went to Bristol on a night out?
No comment.
When did Cameron last come around?
That
With his
wasn't a night
girlfriend.
out.
Probably before then. Before that night out. So 6 weeks before that, we went out.
How out?
In Bristol.
So 2 months ago.
Effectively, yeah. We didn't go out, but we went out.
What does that mean?
We didn't go out, but we went out.
Yeah, no, just adding words does not help.
We went pub.
You
Okay.
That's
That's
not
this-
the
That's
same.
going out.
This-
That's
this-
one out.
No, pub for a while is out.
No, I think pub is out. Pub past midnight is out. And club is out. And I don't think we're there past midnight. Because you would have had to get the bus back.
Oh, you might be right. I might have just gone out. Damn, you might be right. Bristol might suck.
I'm just saying. No, depends. Do you like a drum and bass evening?
Not particularly.
Like how I had a rebel phase at school. It feels like you're like dual drum and bass phase.
I was never had a drum and bass phase.
No,
I didn't have many phases.
no.
Never.
Sounds like there's some phases to come then.
Yeah, I think so. Because you are in a phase right now.
What phase?
Your Jesus phase.
Podcasting.
This is I don't think the Jesus thing is a phase, guys.
Well,
I think podcasting might be a
it
phase.
definitely phased in though. It might never phase out, but it definitely phased.
It phased
in.
in, yeah.
Like it was a gradual phase in.
Yeah, very slowly.
That's
But
what I
the
mean.
podcasting was there from the beginning. Day one, this is my calling.
No.
I'm born to do this, guys.
Damn.
Day one, except
It's only
day
taking you 22 years.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking, yeah, but
and one.
Rome
failed
wasn't built in a
podcast.
day. Nor was this podcast.
No, you
Built
talked
in
about
a-
it for 7 weeks.
Right.
Way longer than
These are sacrilegious comments.
You'd have thought a lot of planning went into this, but
A lot of planning did go into this. This is surprisingly. Look, we have soundproofing,
that,
We have an elaborate setup.
that came up about 30 seconds ago.
right?
Yeah.
But it was planned from the beginning.
Was it?
Yeah, we've each got a mic.
Okay,
We've got a
the
mixer.
equipment planned. Yes, I'll get
Yeah.
that.
The equipment worked
But
out.
most of the time looking for the equipment was just looking for one that wasn't too expensive.
Okay, yeah, but I am broke. So.
You're not broke.
No, not broke, but I'd like to keep
Oh,
most of my money ready for
But you
next
did
year.
get asked for your rent this month, which was unfortunate that you had to pay that.
You get asked
Sting.
that every month.
Speaking of, let me pay that now because it's
Why?
the 1st of March.
Oh shit, yeah, it's the first
I
of
forgot
March.
about that. Oh shit.
Let me
None of
go
us
pay
paid
that
rent.
right now before the landlord gets me in trouble again.
Live payment.
I think
I-
technically in the tenants agreement it's the
Well, Ryan, I
Yes,
regret to
okay.
record that yet
Okay.
again, for the second time this year, a payment has been late. It's like what, by 5 days, really?
For a second time this year, that's what he said.
Yeah, for a second time, as
That's
if I
really
wasn't a loyal customer all of last year.
I was a loyal customer, you were merely mine. I don't know.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We should do a driving theory test. You should do the theory test because I think you would bomb it so
I would
badly,
bomb
would
it,
be
yeah.
funny.
You can do. You
That's
can
a sick
download
episode
that
idea.
right now and do a
Really do.
practice one.
That
Right now.
we cannot do this now. This is not what episode 1 will be. Is a driving
Oh.
theory test.
That's a special.
Anyone
Episode
wants to
in.
join in the podcast?
Who?
That's for a couple episodes time, I think.
But,
Also, thanks for the shout out of my entire legal name.
Yeah, right. That's going to need to get cut.
I didn't even think. Why is she
Do you
called?
want to call your mum right now and bring her on the show?
She just called.
Did
Maybe.
you say? Call her back right now and say.
No.
No, I'm not.
You're-
It's not going to be the intro.
you're the
Hi,
mum.
Mum. I'm recording a podcast. Here's Ryan.
This could be the intro. Forget everything we've just talked about. This will be the intro. As
I
your mum
was
wants
really
it.
awkward.
My mum
FaceTiming
introduces us.
My parents. I'm not
Really?
really a FaceTimer.
Oh, really? What, you just.
My
ring
mum,
them up?
my mum FaceTimes me, but I'm not.
Queen D
This
FaceTime.
can just be a call. This can just be a call. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but she loves you, so she wants to see your face. I'm assuming.
Yeah, but like we're not in a relationship, you know. I feel like
Yeah,
that's a
but
bit.
you are. The relationship is mother and daughter.
That's a very common relationship.
But no, because she'll FaceTime and then I'll look at it and she'll be like, God, you look tired. And I'm
Oh.
like, why not just fucking call?
So she calls to bully
Yeah.
you, basically. Is what
God,
I
you
mean.
don't look well. Have you been eating okay? So I'm like, I think I'd rather just be a baby. Because like, if you're going to call at 9 p.m. at night, like, I'm going to look tired.
Oh,
Yeah.
But it's just. So do you FaceTime your mum then?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's interesting.
If I need to see something, then
What about your dad?
never.
See, that's
Never.
interesting.
Big Dog. I couldn't call Big Dog like that.
You just normal phone call.
Normal phone call. He's normally under a sink, probably.
Under a sink.
He's.
A plumber's life.
I'm just fitting a sink right now. I'll call you back in 10 minutes. Proceeds to call me when he's in the van, and then drives like half an hour across London.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when I suspect that when he gets bored of the conversation, he goes, "Oh well, I'm just pulling up outside my next job."
Oh, I actually did that the other day with my mum.
I think
I was
that's
like,
what
oh,
he
just
does.
got home. That was a lie. Sorry, mum.
That's if anyone's listening to this podcast.
But I was
except
just,
for
you
my
know,
mum.
I was thinking, just would rather listen to a song right now.
Well, yeah,
Sometimes it just is like that.
it's not me. I'm going to Western Supermare soon, guys.
Oh, big day
So-
tomorrow.
I was
See
actually
you.
going to bring this up. So Western-super-Mare is the worst beach in the country.
Yeah,
So I
Categorically.
don't know why we're going.
it's a coastal
But
walk
What is interesting is Matt's also been to Western-super-Mare from his
Yeah.
house before.
with the
Yes.
spider.
With the spider.
With the spider back in the day.
And didn't you go in the city?
No, I wanted to. I had this bit. The sun came out, and I
How-
thought,
how-
you
He
know
had his
what?
trunks on. He was ready.
I was absolutely ready. And then the sea was actually like 5 miles away from the
Oh.
beach because the tide was on. Very sad.
Didn't fancy a cheeky jog.
You were
Not
half
really.
mast.
Not that year. Sorry, what?
It's probably a bit too cold for that.
You were at sea.
Because bear in mind, it was like March as well.
What did you?
Yeah.
So did you just drive down there together?
Yeah, the drive was actually quite fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would add.
I would love
besties.
to be a fly on a wall, but the spider might eat me.
What do you talk about for that long?
God, I can't remember. It was a long time ago now.
Damn. The smile in the corner of your mouth tells me you do.
No, generally, I don't. It was a fun drive. I mean, and the drive itself was
Whichever
quite fun.
person she decided she didn't like
That
was
week, yeah, maybe it was her
Yeah.
ex or something.
that week's victim.
Oh, maybe.
Bro, fucking caught in the web, bro.
I
It
tell
is
you what,
funny
she-
because just like spiders, she does drain the life out of you.
Oh my god. No, I mean,
But yeah.
I needed a bigger laugh, guys.
no, it was just a little bit true. And sometimes the truth hurts.
Just
you
a
know?
bit harrowing ever so slightly.
Sometimes the truth hurts. So you didn't go in the same Western Superman.
No, we didn't.
That's for the best because you'd have definitely got a disease.
Yeah.
A
It looks
disease?
like the fucking tank.
Disease?
It really does.
So
It's not
brown.
nice.
What's in there? Just
Just
like
mud.
tobacco spit from the
Slurry.
levels or
No, just like mud.
They built a mega sewer for the Thames.
a mega sewer?
Yeah. To stop so much sewage going into the Thames.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Just like from an
Think of how much turd goes through London. Man.
A lot.
Wouldn't it just be great?
No, Western Superman is just mud.
Just Western Superman's just mud.
The water is brown because of mud, not shit.
It's good to know.
Neither one's nice, I would add.
No. But that's why we were so confused when you were like, I want to go in the sea.
Yeah.
You want to go and
Second year
I think-
was a wild time.
What did you wear on your beach
Yeah,
trip?
he
I need
was
to
trying to
picture this.
strip off in front of the spider and me and Ren were like, what's going on?
I need to picture this. What were you doing? What were you dressed in?
I genuinely,
Mankini.
Genuinely cannot remember.
War at Star. Is it very nice?
No comment. No comment. No comment.
What were you in?
What was I in?
Yeah.
Well, I probably put through some swimming stuff in the back of the car. We never got as far as actually getting into it because it was a cloudy day.
Oh, you're going to get changed together.
Oh wow. You are a devious man.
Yeah.
You are absolutely
It's all in
such
the-
a devious man.
I was devious back in the day.
Back in the day, please.
What now? Tell me what's devious about my behaviour this year. Exactly.
All you need is a target and you're out, bro.
I was
You're
going
like,
to say
you're
that.
like the T1000, just
The T1000.
yeah, just hunting for Sarah Connor, bro. Just.
Oh my word.
What was the spider wearing?
Bro, I can't remember. We're talking
Just
about
tell
over.
me what the spider
This
was
was at
wearing.
the end of second year.
Do you not remember what people were wearing?
No.
in detail?
I'm not that observant. I'm really not.
Well, surely for a beach trip, it's important to know what people were wearing.
Well, yeah, but this wasn't a beach trip by the end of it.
'Cause
We
I
went
went
to
on-
an arcade and played some mini golf.
You drove 2 hours to get to an arcade.
I know.
That's essentially what we did when we
No,
went to Barry Island.
that's not true because this got the Gavin and Stacey link, so we went and walked around and the.
Yeah, and then spent most of the time in a 2p.
In the
Spot
Do you
with
guys
Yeah,
who?
It's not actually about
out of the two of you, who
about
loves
that
Gavin and Stacey?
I guess.
Okay, you.
Yeah, obviously.
I like it,
Okay,
but it started with
I see.
Because he never watched it with his parents because his parents don't really have British humour, so they just don't get it.
Of course not.
And it's really funny watching them watch stuff that's like British humour because they just don't get it, but like they try and be polite and be like, yeah, it's funny. They just don't get it. So no, this was like, because it came out in like between 2004 and 2009. My parents were like well into it at that point, and then I watched it when I was of an age where it was appropriate, which for Ryan would have been about 6, and for me was about 16.
Back on it now. This is probably going to get cut. If not, Mum, look on the screen now. There should be a timestamp of where I want you to move. Skip ahead to. The Ali G movie probably explains so much about my sexual behaviour.
Oh my
Wow, bombshell.
Because all in like, I don't want to say leather bikinis, but leather bikinis. And she cracks a whip.
But you'll never be in a truly happy relationship. because-
Definitely not. Definitely not. This explains
Shout out to Ryan's future wife listener.
because there's a scene in the Ali G movie where this really hot. I mean, she's stunning. I'm gonna try and find
She's
her now.
hot. Ryan, you were 4 years old.
It doesn't.
You can't.
I still grasp
he had
the
an
understanding.
evolved taste in women.
Yeah, I was
God.
advanced, guys. I typed in Scooby Doo. No, Ali G.
Scooby Doo. Looking for attractive women, type in Scooby Doo to Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna fuck you up. so-
Frazzled. There's one scene where he's handcuffed to a radiator, and there's a pensioner who's blind who's like polishing all the rails.
Right.
And so then he sees these really beautiful nurses, and so he gets an erection, but the pensioner's getting closer. So he's trying to get rid of his erection, and then the pensioner goes, "Oh, this one is very dirty," and wanks him off. Which
What?
now that I think
You were
about,
4 years old.
not 4, like 6 or 5 at least,
I don't know in that
at
case
least.
then.
which is just,
Unacceptable.
which explains so much about my psyche.
That's not even getting cut.
That's not getting cut. No, that's definitely staying. Which I think just explains everything because Ali G is quite a defining film for me.
Yeah.
When the United Nations all smoke weed and like Uganda and Zimbabwe start kissing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like he puts like weed into the tea that gets served, and the it's like I don't know, Uganda and Zimbabwe, 2 African nations are beefing, and it's like 2 African guys who are like the representatives, and he goes, "It's very nice," and like grabs his leg and stuff like that.
Darling.
Yeah, and then there's a
Modern
bit.
diplomacy, as we've seen this week.
Yeah.
Into the news.
And then there's a scene where he has sex with his girlfriend in like a diplomat area as well. Oh my god! And the ending of the film, right? They have to steal a document to save like a town centre or whatever. So he leaves, right? Because there's a bomb in the building
Right.
to disarm the bomb or whatever. And he comes back in, and his two mates, not Simon Pegg, Martin Freeman.
Yes.
I think Martin Freeman.
Yes.
Martin Freeman is fucking another man, right? Right? Yeah. So Martin Freeman is topping this fat guy, and Ali G walks in and goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Well, we thought we were going to die, so we thought we'll give it a try."
Oh my god.
And then Ali G goes, "Well, how is it?" And Martin Freeman goes, "It's not bad." He goes, "Come on, we've got to go." He goes, "Come on, we've got to leave." And he goes, "Could you give us 5 minutes?" And then Ali G leaves, and the implication is they continue fucking.
Well, yeah. I did get that.
And yeah, so that was truly horrific. Now I think about it.
I mean that does say quite a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of being sexual deviants and Gavin and Stacey, I think I witnessed someone having an affair yesterday.
What?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So well, you don't, but have you watched Gavin and Stacey now?
I have not.
Right, so there's basically a scene in Gavin and Stacey where the whole thing of the whole time is that Ruth Jones and James Corden are like gonna end up getting married, right?
Ruth Jones is in the one who plays Nessa.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the whole point is it's like their best mates are married, but like in the end they end up falling in love, right?
Yeah.
And they're like trying to hide it from their friends, but they fall in love. So at one point they go outside and have sex in the garden, and then they come back in and they've like got mud all over their backs because they've been like rolling around in the garden, and everyone's like pretending they don't see what they say.
Mhm.
So I'm running around campus yesterday, and then I see this man and woman walking back towards the car park at uni, and the woman's coat was like she'd been rolling around in the mud, and they were like walking not that close together, but like.
So they yeah,
So I reckon it was two academics,
cheeky fumble.
Damn. How old?
like late 30s.
A late 30s field fumble is just
Wild. And I was running past, and then as I ran, because obviously I ran, like I said, we were just like walking, we ran past and they both looked, and I looked back because I was like, that's funny, she's got another one over her head. And I looked back and they both looked so guilty.
damn.
And I was like, oh my, wow.
University professors do cheat though.
Well, that's what I mean, I bet it's right.
They're pretty. The academic world is just all full of sexual deviants. I think, based on what I've seen in
Well,
the department.
any time you go into like a professor's office, it looks like they just live in that office. It's just like such a mess in it because smart people just can't hide anything. So.
Yeah, that's why this house
I
is so messy.
disagree.
Well, typically, but that kind of level of intelligence just doesn't go along with like common sense, like tidying and stuff. And then it's like maybe they do just live there, and then they will just fall in love. Because when I was looking for Valentine's Day cards, there was like a section Valentine's cards like for my work husband, for my work wife. I would lose my fucking shit. That was an actual section.
If
in
Robot came
Card
home with a my work husband.
No, he would be like
My work wife.
my work wife.
Oh, if you
I
got a
got a
card.
card for you and a card for my work wife. Like, can you actually imagine?
Surely that only works for the people who work with their wives. Or
No,
because
because
then
it's like
it's
a fun
just for
thing
my
of like,
wife.
oh, you're my work wife, you're my work husband.
Yeah, but
If I was
that
married,
is
There was
if I was
stuff like that
married
where
or
I
in a
worked
relationship, and
last
she goes, oh yeah, he's my work husband. Well, you now don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was people at my work last year who will remain nameless, and there was a guy who started like 6 months after I joined, and he had got married like 3 years before and had just had a baby, and then he would with a woman at work, they would call each other their work wife and their work husband like very soon on, and the woman was single, and she'd be like, oh, my work husband, and then this guy's wife came in with the baby, just like showing on the baby. I think that's really weird, but people do
That is
in
a weird
offices.
thing.
Yeah, do you remember
People do
being in
that.
primary school when like a teacher who'd left for maternity leave just brings her baby around to all the
We're just
classrooms?
like, oh, I have to look at the baby.
This is what I made.
Yeah,
It's like,
so
no, someone
weird.
busted out inside of you and you just sat there for 6 months, but go on.
That'll be
But bringing it into work is,
So
work
weird.
life is separate from private life.
Righteously
Why
so,
you-
yeah.
I agree. But anyway, she brings this poor woman whose husband is going to work and flirting with another woman who has just had a baby, brings in this baby, and then the woman who's flirting with her husband is carrying the baby around the office. Because
Fantasies.
And she's like, oh, maybe this is my work baby.
You're meant to be mine.
That's correct.
You're
That's-
meant
Like,
to be
that's
mine.
so fucked. And we were all literally there like,
Just, oh look, this baby's turned up at
You're
work.
about
Guess
to
it's
have a
mine.
step-sibling.
she's
Oh,
like, if you're my
fuck.
work husband, does that make this my work baby? I was like, there's just no way this is happening.
This is incestuous.
And we were all convinced. So she started coming to like their nails done, a bit more makeup on, everything like that. And we were like,
I mean, the rule is don't shit where you eat.
so true.
Like,
Wisdom this evening.
thank you.
But like, imagine just, I don't know, if I was the wife and I found out, like, I think I would actually do some very illegal things. I would be so angry.
This is, yeah, it's fun.
Judy knows it.
Warnings have been said.
No, but we know, all of us know, when women get angry, they can sometimes go crazy.
Yeah, smash
They don't even
balls,
have to be crazy.
throw keys.
Throw
Language can go crazy.
keys.
Yeah, they
Yes.
do all sorts.
Tito.
Break
Slam
doors.
doors.
Slam doors.
Irreversible damage on that door.
Yeah,
Gets worse by the
run
day,
away
that
down the
thing.
street.
No, she hid in the bush. You know the
Oh,
bush?
yeah.
Just on the end there, like by the tree. I found her like crawled up in the bush.
I know we joked about all the people fighting, but I think the imp and the spider, imp wins all day long.
Oh yeah.
Legendary rivalry.
Imp is
Yeah.
just built
I
different.
think imp
She's
is
got a low
similar.
centre of
Quite-
gravity.
Physically, literally is built different.
She's
It's
got a
maybe
low.
it's the lack of vegetables.
Quite
As well.
dense.
Yeah.
1 pepper a week diet. That's what
He gets his vegetables, I think, through photosynthesis
Oh, fuck.
because he's just.
Sea dog.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Oh no.
No.
Whoops.
Sea dog gets his vitamins through photosynthesis.
I think so.
Mm.
I don't know. I hear him play guitar occasionally,
What's that got to do with vegetables?
but what I'm saying is that I don't know what he does in his room because I never see him much. So I think he's either studying or photosynthesizing.
And he said to me the other day, oh, I don't really play video games.
Well, I was
Yeah,
going to say,
I know, that's my
famously, the
concern.
sun doesn't even go into his room.
Nah, that's he's got a good like morning rise.
He's
He's got a good morning ride.
He's got a 360 panoramic view.
Yeah, of our estate. When
the
the
ex-council
street.
estate that is.
whenever I reach for the laptop, you guys all start talking. It's really, it's
Yes,
really,
because
it's
We
really
don't know if you're
annoying.
about to stop the
Think you're
recording.
right.
I'm not. I'm just tapping it. It'll
Why
when
don't
it
you just change the
Settings,
screen
so it
time
doesn't
out
switch off.
settings?
because it only does 30 minutes at a time, so I don't have premium.
No. You keep
Wow,
the
podcasting
mouse
on a budget.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
in settings.
Well, in 3 minutes' time, we'll do that in settings. Then, yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Scintillating stuff.
I'm so glad we're doing this show. We do need to cut in last night's episode into
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
Make it more interesting.
Should we talk about last night?
Okay.
Yeah, let's actually.
'Cause we
So-
didn't- we
Hang
didn't-
on. I think we should save that for after the 3 minutes.
After three.
The
What,
next segment.
should we? I reckon. All
After
right.
after the ad break.
All right. Bet. Right. Let's put it down now. It's imp versus spider. Top trump stats. What are the top trump stats?
Give us the
Well,
categories.
yeah, we need categories.
Speed, strength, weight, intelligence.
Attractiveness, because
Attractiveness.
earlier, that does matter.
Yeah.
In the world, it does matter.
Attractiveness.
okay?
Lunacy.
No. Okay. Six categories. Quick.
Lunacy 10
diet.
10.
Diet.
When the spider
All right.
started eating 12 waffles a day to gain weight, that's no good diet.
Yeah, but the imp
Right.
was on a
I think when it
noodle-based diet.
I think when it comes to strength, imp wins.
Imp
Yeah.
all day long.
Oh,
Purely
Speed-
based on
speed
physicality.
spider.
Spider does get speed, yeah. She can run. I think when it comes to lunacy,
I've never
Spider
seen her
wins.
I don't think she would even run for a bus. What do you mean? She can't
Nah,
run.
intelligence.
I think she wins on speed, but
Yeah.
we're looking at quite low values here.
Intelligence,
That's a tough
battle
one.
IQ.
Battle IQ.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Oh, battle IQ, the imp.
The imp,
Definitely.
obviously the imp.
Mm.
What do you mean you've been watching lesbian porn? That's so weird that she had a vendetta against all
Lunacy
men.
10-10, both of them.
10-10.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you not think
Yeah, that's one of the
Spider
first
edges
things that.
out?
No. Because Imp's first conversation with me was, "Do you watch lesbian porn?" Well, you better not. And then I went, "This whiskey tastes like shit." And then she called me a pussy and walked away.
Where were you?
This was the spider's birthday, right? And that was the Imp's first introduction. Was, "I'm Imp. Do you watch lesbian porn?" And I went, "It's none of your business." She goes, "Well, you fucking better not." And I took a sip of whiskey and went, "Oh, this is dog shit whiskey." And she goes, "Let me have some." Took it and went, "You're a pussy. This is fine." And walked off.
Really?
Yeah. The Imp is 10 out of 10, yeah.
10 out of 10 lunacy.
10 out of 10, yeah.
Okay.
What was the last one? Diet.
Attractiveness.
Attractiveness, we all know who wins. But I'm going to defer to the shaman.
Need I say anything more? Like, come on.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's okay, don't worry.
I fear the context given.
And we're back. The spider is hot, I think.
Was.
I think she still is.
See, I'm not actually.
We haven't seen her.
I've seen her briefly. One evening.
How was she recently?
She looked fine.
I went,
Felt like
What is
she
this?
looked-
Fine.
she looked fine. She looked damn fine.
Well, like I didn't
Damn.
notice a noticeable change.
Do you know what's crazy is
It's
Matt's
alright.
voice has now gotten louder since talking about the spider.
Nah.
He's got excited.
Fucking
It's not what.
Arachnophobia. What's the opposite of arachnophobia?
arachnophilia.
I have arachnophobia.
Arachnophilia.
I'm arachnophile.
That's what. For a stage, Matt was an arachnophile.
Quite, yeah.
Now I have for a long time now been an arachnophobe.
Her 8 legs and 10 eyes were just. What can I say?
Undeniable.
That thorax was just actually. She's a spider, so she doesn't have a
Did
thorax.
we ever get around to quantifying diet?
Diet. Well, it's noodles versus feeding kink. So
Yeah, but noodles 3 times a day. Breakfast,
noodles
lunch and
imported.
dinner.
Noodles imported in
Fish
from
for
Amazon.
breakfast.
Yeah, like by
Oh
the
yes,
box.
she used to eat mackerel for breakfast.
Yeah,
But her
I
breath
think the imp
fucking
takes
stank.
it. Her room stank. I mean, it
It
was like,
did.
fucking hell.
Did she have a smell? I don't really.
Not
I don't know,
particularly that
no,
I
I don't
remember.
No, just not an ominous sort of fish noodle smell.
Oh,
The kitchen had a
She
smell.
just smelt like a
but I
like a
wouldn't
sushi
say
place.
I
No,
did in the morning.
we did in the morning.
the
Mm.
kitchen smelled
need
like
another
a sushi
category.
restaurant.
What
choice of partner.
choice of partner?
Mm.
But we
Oh,
don't know
but
because the
no.
spider
Extremely
weaves a
low.
web.
But-
Yeah, but because the imp had some interesting.
She has some interesting
The imp
characters.
bought some demons. Is what I'm
One
hearing.
guy just lived in the house for 2 weeks,
And
That's
then
nuts.
just never came back.
and she literally couldn't get rid of him.
Fucking hell.
you
You guys just had a lodger for a bit.
yeah,
much.
We did, yeah.
I did think about charging him, and he always used to walk around in a white vest,
A white
Some like
vest. Was he a
ginger
wife
beard
beater?
guy.
like look for like joggers in a white vest.
Was he built or slim or
Built
He was quite
and the
built.
white
He
vest
was
way too
thick.
small for him.
what? What like built as in fat or built as in jacked?
No,
Bit of both.
Just a
Yeah.
big boy.
He's just big boned.
Big boy.
Like big was fat, now goes to the gym.
How was
kind of vibe.
how was the imp looking at that time?
I don't think she's ever changed, to be honest.
No, just
No.
that default setting of
Pretty much.
Yeah, because if your diet stays like that,
fucking the
then
marshmallow
it's
man.
God, she used
Yeah, cool.
to. She devoted her life to cheer.
To cheer. Oh my god, she was a cheerleader.
She is.
Oh my
yes.
god, is
Can I
this
just
not
now-
law that you didn't know
Oh
that?
my
Right,
God.
this podcast
This was-
hates fat cheerleaders. You guys silently laughing at these jokes is not good because it just seems like I'm falling every time. You guys need to
You're gonna have to
verbalise.
put in some like
What, a laugh track?
Laugh track in the background.
Fuck that.
No, she dedicated her life. Like uni was out the window. She only went
To cheer.
to cheer.
I bet
pretty
she was a
much.
base, 110%. No way could
She
she do
was.
tumble.
Yeah.
She was,
Yeah.
yes.
She fucking tumbled, she fucking just had her ankles. You know?
I think that, yeah.
That might get cut.
I feel.
No, King Henry VIII was wild, so this can say it.
There was
We can't just set the bar on the wild.
He's a British citizen now, I think.
that was the
We
most
can't let
toxic.
CCP propaganda set the bar for
Surely
us.
you don't believe people should be allowed to take a test just to become a British citizen. Surely you think it should be much harder.
Look, as a true born patriot,
Fuck off.
as a true patriot,
Do you know who isn't a true born patriot?
who isn't a patriot?
Robot over here.
Rebel's not a patriot.
I'm
I've
from
just-
another country.
Pause. I've just found the thong that he was. That this is Ali G. Yeah,
Keep
sorry.
it real, guys.
Keep it real. Yeah, because in the movie it goes keep it real, and he remembers the people he's fighting for, and so dashes the plum aside for heroics.
Have you taken that message with you in your life? Would you say?
No, I fold. We know this. I fold instantly. as I
that's
folded
it.
last
We were
night.
going to talk about last night.
Yeah.
So, what were the main stories in the night? Well, Ryan found out I actually had friends
Yeah.
because I think that was a bit of something that you didn't. Really
They were.
know.
I knew you spoke with econ people because we've seen them, but they were mysterious.
I think they still are.
They still are, to be fair. We can actually speak to them. We just sort of hovered around.
Queeness, big shout out.
Queen-S. My
Queen S was not there.
Queen-S was not there.
Oh,
but
very true. Yes.
I think we called her Princess S last
There was
night.
Princess S.
Princess S. Apologies.
Oh.
that could get picked up by the mic.
What that?
Yeah.
No, it can't.
No, she wasn't there.
No, unfortunately.
But
I had a
she-
psychic premonition that she's going to be my wife.
I don't see how.
She was talking
So
to
what
me.
works in
She
spirit
was actually
works.
talking to me on Wednesday about how she wants to move to a different country. So,
It's a match made in heaven.
but she wants to move to Australia.
Sorry, are
Yeah,
you a
so-
patriot or are you about to leave the country?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can be. both.
Listen. As a true patriot, my country's changing, and I don't like that. So I'm going to move somewhere else, even equally as diverse.
Fact
I actually
check.
love diversity, guys.
Facts check. This country really hasn't changed that much in the last.
No, it
10 years.
hasn't. Obviously, it hasn't. But that's what my King Farage says. So I'm going to follow it.
Fact check. Not the king.
Not the King. You're going to say fact check every time I say something wrong.
I'm going to say fact check every time you say something wrong.
Try to
about
get you a
Michael
little
Farage,
buzzer.
yeah.
One of those.
Oh yeah.
That was easy.
Eh-eh.
Yeah.
Eh-eh.
Please don't do the vocal. Please don't do the vocals.
Eh-eh.
Can you disconnect on mic, please?
What was I going to say? But you did. I really want to know. So you immediately
You were starstruck.
ditched the boys.
I was starstruck by Queen C. Yeah, she's a unique character.
Immediately ditched the boys,
It was gone.
I did ditch the boys. Yeah,
and then you spoke to her for about half an hour and
I
have
did.
no memory about what you said.
no idea what I said. It was a dark night.
I don't think you're very
That's
good at
usually
speaking
what
to
a night is
women.
like.
I really can't speak to women of any caliber.
But you've had girlfriends.
Yeah, I know, which is really surprising.
Mhm.
Yeah, to be
But I just
honest,
kept it real. And
when I see you with girls now, I'm like, he had girlfriends. Like, what's so terrifying?
but I'm just a different man now.
Oh, really? Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah,
The power of Jesus has lessened your power with women.
I think the power of Jesus made me look more righteous women. I think.
And
As
you
opposed
think
to
Queen
just-
C is that righteous woman?
No, but I know she's Christian because L Dog is Christian as well.
Fact check.
Fact check. Not
Ryan
the
is
case.
not the king.
I'm the king of this fucking podcast.
I fear none of this has been picked up.
What this?
No, what you're
From Ryan.
saying.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
okay.
said anything.
These mics are overly sensitive.
Do
You
think?
better hope so.
I think so. Sorry, guys. I'm just
Just-
talking amongst yourselves while I just correct myself.
So then you also played a game on the night out called, what was it called?
I have no idea, but that was
Something
a great game.
fishy.
Fishy, something's fishy. That was
Like our kitchen in second year. What do
Medium
you
Smuff. It was good. It was a good game.
you liked
it
it?
was very
Yeah, I
good.
loved it.
What did you do? Did you just leave the game there? Because someone had definitely forgotten it.
Someone left it before us, and we left it for those after us.
Very kind.
We begot kindness. So
And then because you then left the game in order to come and I don't know look at my friends because you were too scared to talk to them, so you just kind of looked.
well, we came over to. I don't actually know why we came over.
Just to look.
I think
at
we
them.
came over to join the table. We didn't really have to join the table. They didn't.
There was no room.
Well, so what's interesting about that table was I'm really good friends with the girls at that table, but the boys at that table in my first shift and were probably quite mean to me, and I felt really awkward about it.
So they were just covered away.
So they were like not being very welcoming even to me.
Damn. So
So
we had
that's
no
why-
hope of integrating into the table.
Yeah,
Because my envisionment was when someone comes to the table, you normally go, "Oh, hello, who are you?"
yeah.
As opposed to
no,
those just
no accommodations were made.
we were not welcomed,
No, we were not.
which I think was just very rude.
Well, you know,
Princess S.
one of the
what
guys
was
at
it?
that table had a American football accident before and spent a night in hospital this week because someone stood on his neck.
Stood in his neck.
Yeah, and they thought he'd broken his neck, but actually he's fine.
Apologies to her.
Yeah,
What did you say?
that's getting cut.
That is gonna
Oh
get-
yeah, he's
that is
he's
gonna
playing
get
American
cut.
football.
Yes, you got a laugh there though.
Yeah. Right.
Well-
No, I do get laughs. You guys just do silent laughs, so it doesn't pick up. We're not a visual
I thought the
podcast.
mics were sensitive.
They are sensitive, but they're not going to get you.
Which one is it?
They're not going to get you breathing, are they? What's wrong with that? I might be a little asthmatic. Where's my pump? Oh, I thought you were fine.
Are you actually really badly asthmatic?
Not really, but don't
I
ask me to
thought that
run.
was just like kids.
You did a tough
I've
one.
been cured of asthma.
I did do a tough muddy. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really run.
Yeah, I suppose.
No, I just sort of walked towards obstacles.
Fumbled your way over them.
Yeah. I can run.
Except
it's
you
just
have no running shoes and can't run.
well, I can run, just not very far.
Fact checker.
I can run, just not very far.
Well, that sounds probably.
I mean, everyone can run.
Yeah,
Everyone with
I used to run home
No.
I used to run home from work. I did that in 7 minutes.
You didn't do 3K in 7 minutes. That's at
Rapid.
least 2 kilometers.
That's a mile. Yeah,
There's no way you ran that in 7 minutes.
I would do a 7-minute mile. Yeah, because I started originally it was a 15-minute mile, and I died out my ass.
Yeah.
And then then it slowly went down, and then I got to 7 minutes,
That's
and
extremely
then never got that back again. I would come
That's
through.
flat out.
I would go flat out from. I'd leave. I'd be blasting.
But I just think it's more than a mile. But
I'd be blasting hardstyle gym. Pretty fucking some cool songs.
So you do 7 minutes of exercise.
I would do 7 minutes of intense exercise, collapse in the front door, and go
That sounds like a diet culture problem.
because Feather.
That was cool.
So Feather would be in the front room,
Yeah.
and Feather is so good.
You actually find your own jokes way
I'm
too
so
funny.
I love myself, guys. It's wrong.
So she was in the front room.
So Feather would be in the front room, and she'd hear the door, and me literally collapse through the front door. She'd go, "How quickly did you go?" I go, "About 7 minutes," just because I'd be so out of breath I couldn't speak, and I just like hit the acid pump 10 times and just go to bed.
Yeah, because that would have been like 9 10 a night.
Yeah,
Healthy lifestyle.
yeah. So I would
That's not a healthy
I
life.
would
Just a fat check.
I would do no exercise. I would do no exercise all
sprinting.
day. Would then sprint flat out.
No,
What were
it's
you
not.
wearing?
I was wearing.
Joggers.
I can go get you the shoes now. They're just regular trainers.
Right.
I had trackies on, my work shirt, which was like heavy cotton,
You wearing a shirt.
and my
No, like a polo top.
yeah, like a polo top, and the jacket I wore last night,
And a jacket.
and a jacket, and I would sprint flat out.
You must have looked like a fucking lunatic.
Oh yeah, and I had
A
a cap on,
criminal.
and I had a cap on.
Why did you have a cap on?
Because he wanted to look full criminal.
I had a beanie on, yeah.
That's
And what I
not a
would
cap.
well, in the summer it was a cap, in the
Right,
winter
okay.
it was a beanie.
It's
But I would
like
literally,
daylight savings
but just picture
over
this,
the
picture
summer.
this: black shoes, black trackies, black jacket zipped up, beanie on, sprinting.
Good thing you're white.
Yeah, and that's why his name is not on the podcast. But yeah,
No, but that is, I mean,
so I can run, but not well.
no, that you can run well if you can run a 7-minute mile.
Yeah, it was, but I just couldn't sustain it. Basically,
No, I mean,
You
not,
can sustain it for a mile.
I can't sustain 7-minute miles.
yeah.
But it's just so funny because you can train and get better, but you just can't be asked.
No, because I didn't want to go. Because eventually I just got bored of.
Running the same mile.
Yeah, because the thing is, I couldn't afford the bus ticket anymore.
But that
Hence,
was-
hence the running. And then when I afforded the bus ticket, I was like, well, let's get the bus. I just didn't run anymore.
I was about to say, walking was never an option.
Yeah, that's the
Because
next
walking,
logical
walking was
step.
half an hour. Half an hour walk there, half an hour walk back.
Yeah.
So 7 minutes. So I'd walk there, then run back.
I see.
I only did 2 hours of work, so I'm not spending an hour of my time walking. You know?
No, very valid.
You did used to walk all the time.
Well, yeah. I can't
Why
drive.
don't you?
No,
why
but-
did you never cycle?
Last year you always walked, you never ran last year.
Yeah, Ryan. Why don't we have a cycle?
Right, right. Just pause.
Ryan had a traumatic bike injury, guys. Give
Yeah.
him some respect.
Yeah, fucking Dennis crashed into the back of me.
Pussy.
Right, no.
See, some of us have crashes, but we get back on the bike.
I can split both my lips, but it's fine. It's fine, Chris. That's why I have a moustache to cover the scar.
He was actually quite notable for about a month. Back on that.
What was the first question that was asked? Why didn't I run?
No, why didn't you
Why
cycle?
didn't you cycle?
Why didn't I cycle? Because I couldn't get my bike into the places that I was cleaning. Like I
so he had
couldn't
nowhere to put
I
the
couldn't
bike.
drag in my bike into a cleaning place,
Oh.
and also like I didn't trust it like being locked up.
Yeah, people
And
do
also,
stuff- people do
In
stuff
Three
like that.
Ashley,
Cut.
fuck it, Three Ashley Ave,
Cut.
you weren't allowed to have
It doesn't live
bikes.
there anymore.
You weren't allowed to have bikes on the property.
Why?
which I didn't know until like midway through the year. So I didn't have a bike, and then when we moved here, bikes were here, but I already had a bus ticket ready for the year, and I was like, well, I'm not running all the way down and then across the bridge and then up the hill. I'll die.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I can't do the 7 minutes. I think I ran home this way maybe 2 nights, and I thought, yeah, this is just impossible.
So then you just got the bus.
And then would just get the bus and walk, and then gracefully quit in summer.
Best day of your life.
Yeah.
And now you're a professional podcaster.
And I'm a professional podcaster.
Louder to me.
You've met.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, but I don't think.
I should just say my sister. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
So quick.
sorry, I don't think of her as that name.
No,
because she's
no.
changed her name. That's why.
Yeah, but she came to visit, so we went cycling, and then I broke the bikes.
And then no, you haven't ridden them since.
No, because I want to go get them serviced before I use. Because one of the brakes don't work. No, it doesn't work. It's the whole thing.
Matt can service it.
Actually, I could have a look.
The
No,
fucking
cycle
bike
cut.
boxes have been in our land for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they're fighting off the mold. I can't lie.
No, I sprayed them all with mold spray.
Did you?
Okay.
I actually sprayed the bathroom mold spray. This is really good podcasting, but the bathroom does need a bit of mold spray. But I think it's just the whole house does. So does that door as well. It's prim.
The door.
Yeah.
I was sat in the A&E thing getting like a concussion test, and the very lovely doctor left, and there was a guy who'd come in who dislocated his shoulder playing football, and they were trying to push it back in the socket, but they couldn't do it. He was on gas and air, screaming and screaming and screaming, and they're like, "Oh, if this doesn't work, we have to take you to surgery because we can't pop it back in, and we can't give you morphine because we need you to be alert enough that when we pop it back in, there's going to be no damage."
What?
Or whatever they said. Basically, he couldn't have it. He couldn't have more drugs. He could just have gas in there, right?
Basically, if they pop it in and you're not on loads and loads and loads of drugs and you don't like completely scream and die, then it means they popped it into the right place. Whereas if they put you on loads of drugs and try and pop it in and do it wrong, then they won't know. Basically, so they can't put you on too many drugs.
So they're pushing his arm. They're like, right, if we don't do this, you're going into surgery. So he's like, oh, I don't want to go to surgery.
Raw.
He's gonna raw dodger it.
Right? And so you just hear, ah!
That's
Right.
my worst nightmare.
Right?
I
And
would
you
have had to
hear
leave the
it
room.
pop back into the socket. And I was like,
And you've already
then-
got a concussion.
and then
You're like, so
two minutes later, he was like, oh, I'm fine. Bye, guys. And just walked out.
Dislocations are weird like that though, because that actually is what
It just
happened.
resolved themselves.
I dislocated my elbow when I was like 12, and I went to hospital and just popped it back in, and then I was like, chilling.
Fun fact: I've never broken a bone in my body.
Same there.
We can change that right now.
Something everyone should experience once.
I've only broken my little toe
Oh, that doesn't count.
and one bone in my wrist.
How do you do that?
Oh, that counts.
But like a tiny, it was the one. So
Did you have a
Got a bit
cast?
too aggressive.
yeah,
So people row on it at school.
no.
What?
So there was
Yeah,
there was
thanks,
one
buddy.
there was
Yeah,
so there's a
friends.
bone in your wrist that has like most of the blood vessels that go through it.
This is
Through
getting a
your
bit-
bone.
Yeah, like it's a
What?
What?
there's a bone where a lot of things go through it and are protected by it.
So the bone has a hole in it.
Kind of. It's an odd shape, and if it's fucked, like your hand's fucked.
And
And I had fractured that.
doing.
Punching his brother.
A sausage gus, okay, that's his name because he was so big that his esophagus was full of sausages, and so he was a sausage gus.
Right.
He had a farm, and he was like a banger car racer.
Right.
This
And-
sounds like a lie.
I promise you, this is not a lie.
The bang car racing is just a surefire way to fuck yourself up.
And around the turnip farm, because they did like I think they did like they had a farm area and they had horses, like stables for horse breeding. Around the main farm was a pseudo rally track, basically, that he would just drive around for practice.
In Croydon.
Well, not Croydon, but a place that I'm from that's mostly farm in the States.
Right.
Right. It's near Granville.
The green belt.
Yeah. So New Addington's weird. It's literally like ghetto and then farmers' fields.
The green belt.
Yeah, it's weird. And so he's like, "Oh, boys, we're gonna go drive So he had his dad's
Where
like
are your parents?
somewhere.
They're not
Probably.
relevant to this story.
No, I feel like they are. Like, I wouldn't be just allowed to go to a farm and drive around it. How old were you?
No idea.
No idea.
Range. More like
it would have been year 10.
okay,
Like,
okay, fine.
no, it
I was imagining
was
you were
first
like
year
10.
first year in college.
So 16.
17.
Near enough. And we'd done it before where we'd get like a ratchet strapped to like a horse feeding trough and strap that to the back of a car, then he'd drive around the track and you'd go, whoa, in the back, right? It's great fun.
The fact you only broke your wrist is the miracle here.
And so this time round, me and Birdie get in. And
Right.
sit in when we're sat in the tray. And because there's two of us now, the weight's off because he's much lighter than I am. So we go around the corner and we just fucking go, whoop, and hit straight into a thorn bush.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all I feel is, because he's under my arm like this, all I feel is him just get like sucked out from behind me, right?
That's
Which is
terrifying.
horrifying to see like a boy basically just disappear out your arms. And then my hand, not the one that got broke, was then like snapped back by the thing,
Right.
by the bushes, and got dragged. I'm obviously this is held in, so I'm now pulled out.
Right.
And then my foot gets caught in the handle of the trough. And so I sort of go up at a full right angle down into the mud, with which point I brace on this wrist
Right.
and then crunch.
Yeah.
And you're still being dragged along. He's still
Still being
driving the
dragged
car.
along for like 20 feet, and then eventually they like stop the car, and it's like, oh. Birdie was unscathed.
Shout out.
You went through the bush.
Went through the bush, was unscathed. My hands, I was covered in scratches and cuts, but was virtually fine, except for my hand really, really fucking hurt.
And then you found out why.
And I was like, guys, I'm in so much fucking... My wrist is in agony. And they all took the piss, because they were all assholes. And I was...
True friends.
And I wrapped my jumper around my wrist, just to like, I don't know, just as a pseudo sort of bandage, because it was bleeding and whatnot. And,
Yeah.
and then they fucking come in with like pillowcases over their arms, being like, my wrist, my wrist, taking the piss.
Yeah.
Eventually I'm like, yeah, fuck this, I'm going home. Call my dad, go home. By the time I'm home, there's like a pregnant bump in my wrist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm cooked. So then we go to accident emergency the next day, and they're like, oh yeah, you probably fractured it. They put me in a cast. I chose red for my cast colour, not realising it was around Christmas time, so it looked like a Christmas themed cast.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Um,
So you didn't have kids to sign your cast?
no, never. Just didn't want to.
Did you have no friends?
No,
It's
I did.
okay, you can tell me.
I did have friends, but I just didn't want anyone signing my cast.
Why not?
Oh my god, that was...
You quite
I
sensitive
was like...
Yeah.
about
I just didn't want anyone to sign it.
Don't touch him.
No, because I broke my thumb when I was like 13. So I had a cast on my wrist, basically, on my thumb. And like, I was like, yes, attention, because I'm 13.
Surely a cast is like an automatic, like...
I lost my
pussy
virginity
magnet.
with it.
Pussy back? No way! Really?
That's what I'm saying.
Happening. So I'm just going to bust, but I'm glad you had a good time. And then that was pretty much it. That's my first time with the cast.
She was losing her virginity.
Yeah, that's what she lost her virginity to.
Okay, well,
What fucking...
I'll just
What
let you
a
know. I'll just let you know, Cody.
She didn't have a good
time.
time. I know for a fact. Yeah, it was
Fact checker.
it was so like look when I first, because I obviously called up Cameron instantly afterwards. I was like,
Not
yeah.
obviously. That is an important part of the story, and it's not obvious. That's bizarre.
No, because I called up Cameron. I was like, just had sex, fucking crushed it.
Did you wait? Do you think you used the term "just had sex"? Or do you think you said
probably
just
said,
lost my virginity?
No, probably said I just fucked. Probably. The old podcast started with a porn recording.
Wait, what?
Wow.
We read pornography.
That was the start.
We read bad like porn.
Scripted porn.
No, like you know, like fan fiction writing,
Oh, okay.
like smut. We read bad smut
Oh my
as
God.
our intro because we thought we needed like a gimmick,
And your gimmick was going to be bad.
like reading
fan
bad
fiction.
porn. Turns out not a good gimmick.
How did you come to that conclusion?
I listened back to it.
You're like, this is
I
terrible.
listened back to it and thought my skin is crawling right now. This is foul. just Cameron doing like a Thomas Shelby impression. Fucking what's he called? What's the Irish guy? The Northern Irish guy?
No, well, the police officer.
Yeah, was it? I think it was
Ooh.
Officer Campbell or something like that.
Yeah, Officer Campbell rings back.
Tell me, Mr. Shelby, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Don't ever guess.
Fuck it out.
Was that good? Was that
That was
bullshit?
good. That
We'll
was
find
very
out.
good.
I'll find out later on.
Okay.
No,
Okay, damn. You actually,
You haven't
you're-
watched Peaky Blinders?
No, I know what Northern Irish accent sounds like though.
No, that was pretty accurate.
Peaky Blinders, bro. Sam Neill. I think Sam Neill plays him.
Can you do a Brummie accent then?
Definitely can't do a Brummie accent.
You can.
Birmingham like to fly like.
Yeah.
My dad used to cry at Peaky Blinders.
My cousin
Right,
loves
then.
it.
Well,
What part?
basically,
He cried there.
no. So my dad grew up in the Black Country, like where it's all based.
Yeah.
And like, he's just like, wow, the history is so emotional. Like, these are my
Like I really connect to this. This
These
is
are my
this
peeps.
is wild. These are my people.
Because you know it was filmed at the Black Country Museum.
Was it?
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, which is basically we always used to go on school trips. Like, it was like 45 minutes away from our school.
Where are you guys from? Not to dox you,
Birmingham.
but that's actually really good.
like in the Midlands.
Okay, Midlands.
So we always used to go there, and then be like, "Wow, Peaky Blinders is filmed here," but we were like 12, so we didn't really know what that was. But then and then one day I was walking to my dad crying to Peaky Blinders, and I was like, "I don't think this is the kind of show you're supposed to cry to." And he was like, "You just wouldn't understand."
I don't think I've ever caught my dad crying. Dad, he doesn't. He's like, oh, I don't like wrestling, but he loves fucking wrestling. He knows all about it. He knows all the history, all the drama. He loves wrestling, but wrestling from the early noughties, late 90s, not like the modern
I
era.
fear that's a red flag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not my dad. But
because like boys that are really into boxing, it's like, why?
well, he's not really. He's just into the drama of a specific period.
It's just a live TV show.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
something.
just,
But you
you
know,
know-
yeah, but he got me into it because of how ridiculous it is. Like Vince McMahon, would do some like Vince McMahon stripped a woman on live TV down to like a leather bikini, and
That's
fucking-
Back to the
outrageous.
leather.
back to the leather, and he was like, "Ah, you're a fucking whore, bitch," and stuff. Like, it was fucked. There was one guy called was it the Blue Wonder, the Blue Eagle. Basically, he leapt from the top of the arena, and his harness broke, so he just fucking plummeted down,
It's like a
hit the
square.
square, and just died instantly. They cut off the lights, drag his body away, and continue the show. And there's just a pool of blood, like in the center of the ring, where he
Sounds
fucking
horrible.
dived.
The show must go on.
Exactly. There was one wrestler who like beat his girlfriend. There's quite a few wrestlers who beat their girlfriends to death.
It's like
Never been a
saying
Northern
red
Irish coming back.
flag.
into life.
There's one guy called New Jack who like beat a 16-year-old to near death.
Red flag.
Vince McMahon was doing some
Yeah,
crazy
there's more
stuff.
than one flag.
Hulk Hogan was on steroids constant. Hulk Hogan choked a man out on live TV.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There was once an event in wrestling called Battle of the Billionaires between Vince McMahon and Donald Trump,
My favourite video on the internet.
right? Where Donald Trump takes a stone cold stunner from Steve Austin and hits the ring.
Wait, really?
Yes.
It's out there,
there's a
people go
photo.
find it.
Like how Macron hit
Mrs.
him earlier in the week.
Mrs. McMahon.
You know, see Macron hit Trump's leg and Trump got really offended.
Oh yeah.
You need to keep up the news.
I'm out of the news. I'm in old news. I'm in stone cold stunners.
Back to the story.
There's a photo of Vince McMahon's family and Donald Trump's family, and in the photo, it's like 75% of the people in that photo have taken a stone cold stunner from Steve Austin. Like Linda McMahon, his wife, is one of the people in like Trump's cabinet or something. Like they're really intertwined.
Oh yeah, they're all still mates. Yeah.
And they had a crazy like battle of the billionaires where they shaved Vince McMahon's head, right? Because Donald Trump picked like a wrestler for him to represent him, and Vince picked someone else, and it was ridiculous. And fucking Trump took a bump and fucking hit the ground.
It was more than a while.
Yeah.
It was
Well-
a stone cold stunner.
That's
and then-
so interesting.
After that, Vince McMahon started wearing a do-rag because obviously he was growing out his hair. And so Vince McMahon then said the N-word like live on TV like every other week. There's one.
Nothing
Is
like
it-
a do-rag to change
There's
a man's
one.
character.
There's a really funny video. I think it might be of a wrestler called Booker T. Right? He's doing like a promo, so he's all hepped up, and they were part of like a. Again, this was early like I don't know, late 80s, early 90s, so it was obviously racist. But they were part of like a
Obviously.
black gangster wrestling duo, and they were meant to be the villains of the show. So he's like talking and cussing up, being like, we're gonna wrestle you, get ready for us, and dropped a hard N on live TV, and you can see the moment he says it, his face drops, he goes, and then like walks and hides behind like his co-star.
Oh my god.
And and then he got away with it. There was one guy called the Shockmaster, right?
The shock.
The Shockmaster, and he was going to be the next big thing in wrestling, and the whole gimmick behind him is he was a really big dude who wore a bedazzled stormtrooper helmet,
That sounds cool.
and his voice was
Get
dubbed
behind
in.
Oh, okay.
Surely you're
So,
not
like-
allowed headgear.
I feel like Darth Vader, like
It
Yeah,
depends.
But basically, yeah.
Yeah,
So like
anything.
they do like a professional voice actor do his like menacing voice, and he'd be dubbed in, and he'd have a mask covered up, and they're like. Then there's a wrestling promo of this wrestling team, and he's their secret third member, and he's gonna change the world. And he's like, he's gonna shock the world, the Shockmaster. And this fucking fat guy like just trips and like stacks to the curtain, drops his helmet, scrambles to put it back on, but because it's not his voice, it's an audio, so someone else is like speaking normally, and this fat guy's just like on his ass. And then after that, no one took him seriously. So his whole career, he just played the dunce character, and was like constantly bullied. There was one wrestler called Gold Dust, whose whole gimmick was that he was just really gay. It was wrestling was a fucked time.
And now it's just Logan Paul.
It's literally just Logan Paul. And there used to be like different wrestling studios as well. So there was one wrestling studio that would just do like it was a wrestling studio and a pornography like center. And so like you'd walk in to do wrestling, and then people there like just jerking off, like keeping hard for like the next scene in like 10 minutes time.
Yeah.
It was fucked up. The great documentary on it called the Dark Side of the Ring. It's a really
Ryan's
good show.
favourite.
It's an absolutely fucking sick show.
There's definitely quite a big dark side. I don't know if there is really a light side of the ring.
I think a lot of charity work, like not Steve Austin. What's his name? You can't see me.
Oh, John Cena.
John Cena. Yeah, like he does loads of charity work for kids and stuff. And most wrestling nowadays, I think, is very kid centered.
Well, yeah, the Logan Paul stuff is not going to fucking
So a lot of toys these days,
Yeah.
don't they?
Like Snoop Dogg entering the ring and
Oh, right.
dropping people. It's a bit ridiculous.
Well, but it feels like a kid's thing anyway. It's all fiction anyway.
It is, yeah.
I feel like a lot of the modern audience, it's kids that got brought up on the shit,
But
thinking, "Oh my god, this is amazing! This
In
is
America,
real
it's
stuff."
still
And
really, really big. Like they just all believe in they just believe in the illusion.
Yeah.
willingly
completely,
believe
yeah.
in the illusion.
Like
It is
they
fun.
willingly believe in the illusion of Donald Trump improving the economy.
Fact, right
Just-
now.
Just not clever enough to figure out.
Welcome to in the last 15 minutes, the fucking political section of the show.
No, I'm
Time to get
just saying,
fired up.
You can be willing to believe whatever you want.
Right.
Did you see all the journalists asking Zelensky why he didn't wear a suit?
There was one guy.
Because he's oh, the robot comes in.
No,
Fact check
it
has
was
been
one guy,
fact
but he
checked.
was rude about it. He
Really
was,
rude.
yeah. I watched
But-
the video. He just like
If you've been in combat fatigue in Kiev that's just been bombed consistently for like 2 years, I wouldn't fucking wear a suit.
Exactly.
Also, why is it relevant? Also, Elon Musk wears a
We're
fucking
getting
cap
fired- we're getting
and
fired up
jeans
right now.
in the White House, and that's not a
Elon
problem.
Musk-
I do feel it wasn't a very astute political.
Elon Musk is a fucking
You're going to go
spiritual
see
entity.
Donald Trump.
No. Because it would just be like completely out of character because we've never ever seen him in a suit before.
True, but
If
you
you're gonna go
tailor it for the audience. Donald Trump is a man of glamour.
Yeah,
He
but
loves a bit of blitz and bling.
I
Yeah, he
don't know.
does.
No, but you've seen Zelensky meet everyone else.
Zelensky.
No, very true. But the media wouldn't be like, "Oh, look, he's wearing a suit for
Yeah,
Donald
they
Trump."
would. Yeah, they would.
Well, okay,
Because
but
he's worn the same outfit, combat teams for months.
very true. But
Yes.
I get that. But my point being is, you want him on top. You want everything, every minute detail.
The Lion
To
had
go
some
well.
fascinating insights into Zelensky.
Zelensky.
Zelensky,
That's the
thank you. The Lion told me that he should have just caved in instantly.
Well,
What?
that's
To
incorrect.
save lives.
Yeah, that would have
To
saved
save
lives.
lives.
But
To
then,
save lives, they should have just surrendered.
but it wouldn't have saved lives because then Putin would have gone, "That's great, you've just given us loads of land. I'm now going to go to Poland and do the same thing,
Well,
and then I'm now going to go to next and do the same thing."
So we should, if Putin came to invade here, Putin.
Okay.
Would you just say in order
Would you,
to save
in
lives?
order to save lives, we should just let that happen?
I would first appeal to his sense of
What
humanity.
sense? No
Sorry.
sense.
Then
Sorry.
I'd appeal to his Christianity.
Not a
because
Christian.
he's technically Orthodox.
Obsessed with himself.
He's God.
Then I would
He's the only
what
God
then I would
who
do
believes
is
in
I would then appeal to Keir Starmer.
What?
Big up.
What? Respectfully, what is Starmer going to do?
We're going to put them both in the ring, and he's going to throw out some fucking stone cold stunners. Is what he's going to do.
He's going to get
Keir Starmer's going to
absolutely
kill him with
mullered.
his words.
What would Keir
Wrestle
Starmer?
diplomacy.
What would Keir Starmer's wrestling move be?
He'd be the nice guy. It's like, I'm going to kill you with my words.
No. He'd have to have a wrestling move. What would it be? What would it? His iconic move.
I don't know any wrestling iconic moves.
You just
I reckon
make
a
one
chair slam.
a chair slam. They normally have
Yeah.
like a name, like a stone cold stunner.
Right.
Stone Cold Starmer.
Stone cold
Stone
stunner.
Cold Starmer.
It has to be.
It's pretty good.
Cool Kia.
I'll get it.
To the ring, Keir Starmer.
I was listening to a thing today about how he had handshake lessons before he became
Handshake
Prime Minister.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
So we get better at
Ridiculous.
Just handshake 101. Just crush the man's hand
Yeah.
all the time.
handshakes. It's actually, yeah.
It's a sense of
You
dominance.
see, Macron
Macron.
he gave Trump a
Macron.
bruise.
Did he?
Yeah.
No,
Trump,
he didn't.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
yeah.
Trump is a
Obviously
90-year-old
a
man.
He just got
he tried to
anemia.
cover it up with makeup.
He's got anemia because he's on a Ozempic.
Is he?
Yes. Trump's on
He's gonna.
Ozempic.
He's gonna die.
Right.
Will he make it
Not
to
soon
the end
enough.
of the term?
Nah, he won't.
No, because he was started World War III and America will be a nuclear wasteland.
You guys gonna fight in World War III?
No, you are though.
There were
I'm asthmatic,
Okay, Mr. Patriot.
and I famously don't. I work in.
Famously, this man has fought in all the world wars, and
I mean, yeah,
including
Look,
himself. in
look,
Parliament.
I'll be a historian for World War III, but I won't fight in World War III.
That's not how
you
historians
can't be a
work.
historian. There's nothing
You
left.
can't be a
There's
nothing
nothing
left.
no one left to tell.
You can't be a historian during.
I'll be a medic. That's what I'll do.
That's called a journalist.
Yeah, it's called a historian during is a journalist.
I can be a journalist then.
Right.
You-
I mean, we're making a podcast right here. Couple of years.
This is the beginning, guys.
Positive.
In 6 months' time, we could be in a crater in the middle of.
We could be in a war zone reporting. on it. Is that what we're saying?
I reckon
Yeah.
World War Three.
We could be in a
I'm gonna
burnt
turn
out
back to
Chevy,
sexism.
just
Just
doing
have to
stuff.
like bring this,
Sorry, guys.
bring the
Sorry,
equipment with
guys.
us.
just in a Fiat Punto that's been turned over just doing the show.
No, but World War
in a
Three.
shell of a tank.
I'm the only one left because we go back to full sexism and women have to stay in the kitchen. So I'm just chilling. Now.
Women, it's crazy that you guys can just do a 180 and be like, yeah, actually, we have no rights. Why,
Yeah,
guys?
actually, guys, we're
What-
just
what?
going to suppress ourselves.
When it's convenient, they do though.
It
What?
is.
It's like, oh,
What?
you can pay for the dinner.
I'm not hearing any fact checking.
I paid for dinner last week. Fact check.
Well,
And last night even.
We should probably start the outro now because it'll take us 5 minutes to actually do a decent one.
Okay.
This is probably episode 1 or 2 or 3. I haven't decided the
I
order.
think we
this
should
is definitely a part of the pilot.
Combine episode 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Do a little flashback to last night.
Just recorded it in
very
2
nice. I
seconds.
like that idea. When we're talking about the core.
Flashback to last night. And then just put it in.
The audio levels will be completely out of whack.
These are. Do you know I'm going to have to go in and manually cut the section and then lower the audio level to a certain decibel? It's going to be so much work to put this together.
But that's so much better than uni work.
Yeah.
So it won't be a problem for you.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to fucking Western Supermare, so I won't be able to do it.
Now just sit in the back of the car, headphones in, and be like, sorry guys, I can't talk.
No, you have to have Wi-Fi connection to edit that. Because it backs up the drive.
So how long is
Oh,
each
shit.
episode going to be roughly?
I'm aiming for like an hour.
An hour.
And
That's long.
we've done an hour and a half.
In an age
So
of
we have to have 2/3 of what we've actually said this evening.
In an age of
Wow.
short form content, how are you going to keep people interested?
Simple. The TikTok will reel people in, and then they'll stay around for the riveting conversation we've had this evening, like childhood trauma, and the spider.
Child the imp.
annual sexual awakening at 4 years old.
With Ali G.
And your virginity story.
And my virginity.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how quickly things covered. Do you know how much we talked about yesterday?
All you need to do is cut this up and just pump the episodes out.
What? Just create like 90 episodes of 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Well, no, we'll just
Well,
make
that-
like half, 20-minute,
Nah.
just one story, and each title is like one story is a
But
one episode.
each episode needs like an intro and an outro.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
I
You can
like
just
a
use the
long
same intro and
podcast.
outro. You
Ooh.
just like.
A
Or
long
you could just
podcast
record
is
Do you,
something
listen,
separately.
do you actually listen to podcasts?
I like an hour podcast
Me too.
because I think it's a good time. I will do this activity for this long,
Yeah.
for as long as the show goes on. I think.
I can't work with a podcast. Then.
I
With
can.
music, I can have it in the background and
If
just
it's like-
forget it's there.
Mind-numbing medicine stuff, it's fine.
But if I have a podcast on, I kind of want to listen to the podcast.
Yeah. So
But then I end up
But like, if I'm playing a video game, I can put a podcast on and just zone out and fucking crush people on
I
Helldivers.
still don't understand you listen to music or a podcast while you're playing a game.
Well, you
That
listen
makes
to your
no
friends
sense.
make
Yeah.
no fucking sense either in your ears.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm actually
there is.
actively
It is an act of
engaging in that.
It is an aspect of communicating, but like it's so
You're
different.
also talking to your friends and you listen to music and playing a game.
No. If I'm on my own, I'll listen to music, listen to a podcast.
Right.
But if they're on, then I might put on music like through Discord, and then we talk and play the game as well.
Right. Okay.
Because nothing beats Thunderstruck as you fucking dive towards a planet at 1,000 miles an hour and then fight off millions of fascist robots.
You made up that fascist.
They are fascists.
They are fascists.
They're communist fascists.
What?
Because the game is all about like satirism, and so
The political spectrum is a circle.
yeah. So we fight for so in Helldivers you fight for managed democracy, which is basically fascism, but we call everyone else fascists. It's like I don't know if you've ever seen Starship Troopers, but it's like that kind of irony. Okay, well when you play the game, there's a good irony. There's an ironic aspect to it, which is interesting and kind of funny.
Right. Are we filming an outro yet?
This is the outro now.
It's fucking on.
So we've covered a lot as we mentioned,
Yeah.
and then you just need to finish it off.
I'll
with
edit
the final
it.
philosophical.
What's our philosophical
Yeah, you
point
need to
of the
leave
evening, right?
the
Thought
audience
of the
like
day.
a question
Thought
for
of the evening.
for next time.
And
And they
what,
need to write
what are we going to
their
talk about next
answers.
episode?
No, you need to leave them with a question. They think about it and they come back and they comment. So
I don't want them to comment, truth be
Well,
told.
something
Don't
to
want
think
any
about.
interactions
So
with the fan base.
we're in their minds.
I don't want, it should be my mum commenting on the show. And
Comment.
When this
Rate
goes
5
big,
stars.
you got to stay
right,
true to
all right,
your
like
point.
and subscribe to the show.
Oh, fuck it now.
If we're on something, rate us, hopefully. We should be on TikTok at some point. We will be on Spotify as well.
I think you
big
need-
aspirations.
Yeah,
Available on all audio platforms where you get. your
definitely not on
podcasts.
Audible, just Spotify. Maybe Audible as well if I could.
SoundCloud,
Fuck no.
You don't want to be a SoundCloud rapper.
Deezer,
SoundCloud rapper, yeah?
Teaser.
Deezer. No.
Tidal.
Right, we've got fucking 17 seconds.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
It's been
Like always.
real.
Thanks for having us.
I've been Bash.
I've been Matt.
The robot.
Becky.
Sick.